Good evening, everybody.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
And welcome to the Wednesday, February 16, 2022, 6 p.m. regular Planning Commission meeting. The meeting now will come in order. Pursuant to the Assembly Bill 361, please be advised the members of the Planning Commission might participate in today's meeting telephonically. Members of the public might view and listen to the meeting live online through the city website as noted on the agenda. Tonight's invocation will be given by Ms. Morales and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Ms. Flores. Everybody stand, please.
Lord, as we gather in your name, please bless this meeting and everyone present. Direct and assist us with your wisdom into making the right decisions. May our decisions bring truthfulness and blessing for the future and the betterment of this community. In your name we pray, amen.
And now for the Pledge of Allegiance, please place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. Secretary, will you give me a roll call, please?
Sure. Commissioner De La Rosa,
Present.
Commissioner Flores,
Present.
Commissioner Leon,
Present.
Vice Chairperson Villalobos,
Present.
and Chairperson Rivera.
Present. Public comment is now open. Planning Secretary, are there any speakers on the agenda?
Chairperson Rivera, we do not have any written comments. We will now open the line to see if there's anyone wishing to speak on any item on the agenda. Members of the public will now have the opportunity to speak on any item on the agenda. Please state your name for the record before addressing your comments to the planning commissioners. Each speaker and email reading is limited to 3 minutes. Email comments will be read out loud after all speakers have been heard. Anyone wishing to make a comment may do so at this time by pressing *9 when instructed. Press *6 to unmute yourself. Individuals joining the Zoom app may request to make a comment by using the raise hand feature. And at this time, I do not have anyone wishing to speak, Chairperson.
Thank you. If there is no objection by the planning commissions, I will close the public comment. No objections? Close. Public hearing item number 1, conditional use permit number 2021-056, El Coralense Restaurants, 6600 Florence Avenue, Unit C, file number 2021-056. May I have the report, please, by Adrian Flores?
Good evening, Chairperson Rivera and the Planning Commission. Today we will be looking into conditional use permit number 2021-052. The applicant for this request is Natalie Curry from El Coralense Restaurant. This restaurant is located at 6600 Florence Avenue, Unit C. Now the request is for approval of conditional use permit number 2021-052 to allow a type of 41 on-sale beer and wine alcohol beverage control license for El Coralense Restaurant at 6600 Florence Avenue, Unit C. Now, a little insight on where this site is located. So first off, the subject site is zoned M1, which is our light industrial zone. Under the general plan land use designation, it's designated as industrial. The subject site is approximately 12,938 square feet. You could see on the vicinity map located on the right side of the screen, northern of the subject site is Florence with industrial across the street. South is residential, east is residential, west is emo and commercial. Now, a little bit more details on the site plan. As previously mentioned, El Florense is currently located at a shopping center at the corner of Emo and Florence Avenue. Now, this shopping center has two entryways, one off of Florence Avenue and the other off of Emo Avenue. So El Florense is located at Suite C at approximately 554 square feet. Neighboring to El Florense is a chiropractor clinic's office. And the third business located in the shopping center is Royal Liquor. Now the site is, okay, here we go. So the site is occupied with 15 parking spaces and 1 ADA compliant parking space. This is the current site condition of the shopping center. As previously mentioned, you could see Royal Liquor, the chiropractic, and El Florense located on the west side of the shopping center. Now a little bit more into the Suite C that El Florense is located in. Now the restaurant has staff area, including a dishwashing, proposed storage, and the existing kitchen. It also has an existing customer area, as well as a hallway leading to a newly remodeled ADA compliant restroom. Now, further detail into the customer area of the restaurant, we have approximately 9 tables with 20 seats. And we also have a service counter located along the east side of the restaurant. Now, in 2021, the Department of Alcohol Beverage Control used a ratio of 1 license per 944 residents to determine the overconcentration of licenses within Census Tract 5340.02, which is shaded here on this diagram. Now, this is where El Florense is located in. According to ABC, 4,130 people reside in this census tract. And based on the current population, a total of 4 on-sale licenses will be permitted in this census tract. Now, there is currently no existing on-sale licenses within census tract 340.02. If approved, El Florense will be the first business operating in the census tract with an on-sale license. Therefore, based on ABC license ratio, there would be no overconcentration in this census tract. Now, looking into the 700-foot radius surrounding the subject site, there is a total of 2 establishments with ABC licenses. Now, one of them is Royal Liquor Mart, which is located in the same shopping center as El Florense with the Type 21 off-sale general. And right across the corner, we have Luna Sports Bar, which holds a Type 42 on-sale beer and wine license. Now, a little part of the analysis, it is El Florense will operate with the conditional use permit like other businesses in the city that currently have ABC licenses. The sale of beer and wine will enhance the overall dining experience, which they serve primarily seafood at this location. Applicant's request is consistent with the city's general plan and provisions contained in the Bell Gardens Municipal Code. And lastly, the applicant's request meets all of the findings for conditional use permit pursuant to Bell Gardens Municipal Code, section 9.20.050 and section 9.50.050. Now, El Florense did submit a security plan, provided measures on how they plan to operate while obtaining this license. To list off a few, they will be providing 24/7 contact with the property owner, as well as ABC training and dealing with alcohol-related issues. They will also have first aid and fire protection awareness. They will also address any loitering or panhandling, and they will have emergency reporting to local law enforcement. As part of Resolution PC 2022-03, there are a list of conditions that the business will have to operate under. Condition number 16 will prohibit the operation of a bar or lounge area. Therefore, alcohol sales shall be incidental to food sales only. Condition number 17 prohibits the outdoor consumption of alcohol. And condition number 19 requires proper identification for patrons appearing to be under 21 years of age. Following more, condition number 20, employees serving alcohol must be 21 years of age. Condition number 30 requires that the applicant work closely with the Bell Gardens Police Department. And condition number 31 requires mandatory ABC training for all employees. Now it is staff's recommendation that the Planning Commission open the public hearing and receive public testimony and close the public hearing and approve conditional use permit number 2021-056 to allow Ecuadorian restaurant located at 6600 Florence Avenue, Unit C, to obtain an alcohol beverage control type 41 on-sale beer and wine license by adopting Planning Commission Resolution PC 2022-03. And that concludes my presentation. Staff and the applicant is available for any questions the commissioners may have. Thank you.
At this time, I will open public hearing. Secretary, do we have any speakers?
Chairperson, we did not receive any written comments, but at this time, I will now open the line to see if there's anyone wishing to speak on this item. If so, please state your name for the record before addressing the comments to the planning commissioners. Each speaker and email reading is limited to 3 minutes. Email comments will be read out loud after all speakers have been heard. Anyone wishing to make a comment may do so at this time by pressing *9. When instructed, press *6 to unmute yourself. Individuals joining through the Zoom app may request to make a comment by using the raise hand feature from Zoom. And at this time, Chairperson, I do not see anybody wishing to speak.
Yeah, Erica?
You do?
There's stuff that can do.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. We do have one caller that is wishing to speak.
I'll allow him to speak. I moved him over. He just has to press.
Yes, hello.
Hi, can you hear us, sir?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, hi. My name is Will Diab, and I am the business owner of Royal Liquor, right on the same shopping center. I sent an email to, I sent you an email to the lady I spoke earlier, Gutierrez, and like half hour ago, and I draw a picture from Google showing the entrance of the restaurant. There is only 20 feet, about 40 feet between the entrance of the restaurant and the entrance of the liquor store. Now, I have my license is a 21 off sale. That means anyone, I do not allow any person to open a container inside my store or in the parking lot area. Now, every time a customer or a consumer from the restaurant walk out with a cup of beer or having a table outside drinking beer, I have to call the authorities. I have to call the police. I'm assuming I probably do 10 phone calls a day. And I think the police will have something else to do besides come in and have the customer to stop drinking. It will be a chaos. I already told my landlord that, and it seems like he doesn't understand completely the ABC law. It will be a lot of problems. I object, completely object. And it's not because of my revenue or my profit will go down. No, it's not at all. That's not the case. The case is it's a problems. It will be problems spinning in the shopping center every single hour.
Thank you, sir,
Yeah,
for your
hello.
comment.
And also just to let you,
Erica, did you lose the caller?
I believe so. I think we're trying to get them back on. Hello, can you hear
yes,
us, sir?
hello.
Can you hear us?
Yes, hello.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Did you have another comment?
Yeah, and the other comment, I spoke directly with the owner, with the son of the owner of the restaurant a year ago, and he told me they will not be allowed to bring an ABC license because of the size of his restaurant. It's only 550 square foot. I don't know what they do. I don't know how they did this. But I think going deep into this, they will not be approved by ABC. That's what he told me. So I don't know why he's applying right now.
Okay, sir. Do you have any other comments for the commissioners?
That's about it.
Okay, thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
No more speakers?
We have the applicant present. If she'd like to make any comments, Natalie, you can do so at this time.
Okay.
Hello, thank you guys so much for this meeting. I really appreciate it. I did want to make a comment just in regards to the speaker. So our alcohol is just an addition to our restaurant. So it's just with consumption of food inside of the establishment. Other than that, you know, we will follow the conditional use permit guidelines and make sure that nobody comes outside of the restaurant with any beer or wine, and to make sure that we card everybody that is going to be consuming alcohol inside of the restaurant, as well as, go towards our security plan to make sure that everybody serving alcohol is 21 and over, and just comply with everything that, you know, is stated inside of the conditional use permit. So I just did want to make that comment and say thank you guys so much again for your time. And that is about it. If you guys have any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer them.
Um, Commissions, I believe you can ask the questions as we're in the public hearing right now, and you wish to ask a question to her since she's the owner? No questions?
I do have a question. I noticed that the owner wanted a change for their time for Fridays and Saturdays from 10 to 12:30, I believe. And on section 13, I just wanted to know if they would comply with what section 13 says, that the sale of beer and wine shall be restricted on from Monday through Sunday from 10 to 12 midnight.
Yes, that is correct. We will adhere to the conditional use permit to what's stated on the time. So we will adhere to that and make sure that we don't sell any alcohol past 12 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No more questions?
Yeah, I would like to ask a question. When a customer is consuming alcohol in the premises, they're not allowed to consume or take the alcohol outside of the business, correct?
Correct.
Got it. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, according to the rules that we have in there for her, is she needs to sell alcohol only when they buy food. So, and when they buy food, they need to open the drinks and they will drink it inside. They're not gonna go outside and take the drinks. That would be against the rules and the license can be taken away.
Correct.
And also, if I may add on to that, so condition number 17 clarifies that under resolution PC 2022-03, it states the sale of any alcohol beverages for consumption off the premises is prohibited. So we'll go ahead and we'll address that with that condition.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay, any more questions? If not, I will call it, we have any more speakers? Thank you, by the way, Mr. Natalie. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
I do not see any other speakers wanting to speak, Chairperson.
Okay. If no any objections to the planning commission, I will close the public hearing. No objection. Public hearing will be closed. Now, are there any questions for the staff commissioners at this time?
Just one clarification that I need. On page 7 of the agenda, where on table 2, where it shows Royal Liquor Mart and Luna Sports Bar, could you clarify legal non-conforming status?
Sure, Commissioner Villalobos or Vice Chairperson Villalobos. So legal non-conforming status essentially means that these businesses have been in operation before a conditional use permit was required for alcohol licenses. So because they have been in operation prior to that code adoption, they're basically saved under the grandfathered in, and we won't require them to correct that.
Thank you.
Could I add to that, Chair Rivera? May I add something to that?
Yes.
Thank you. So Adrian said it exactly right, and just keep always remember when you see that phrase legal non-conforming, that means it is legal. It's non-conforming, as Adrian said, because it doesn't comply with the current code, but it's legal because, as Adrian said, it was grandfathered in. If it was established, even if it was established a long time ago, if it wasn't legal at the time, then it's just a violation. It doesn't have any grandfather rights. So just thought I'd clarify that a little more, but Adrian did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Yes, I have another question. According to the business owner from Royal Liquor, he made a comment saying that based on the Coralense's square footage, they're not able to apply for the ABC license. Can we confirm if that statement is true?
Commissioner, that statement is incorrect. That is completely up to the ABC. The owner went ahead and looked that up and confirmed with ABC before going through this process.
Thank you.
And if I may add to Gus's comment, I believe that as part of, Mr. Rivera, I think you have to be muted. As part of the ABC license process, Natalie, you also needed to, ABC require you to, and the health department to make some modifications to the restaurant, such as adding restrooms, restroom facility for the ADA compliant, and also for both male and female, correct?
Hi, Carmen. Yes, that is correct. We actually received a variance through the health department. They gave us some conditions in order to operate with the beer and wine, what they wanted us to do. And that was to have our restroom to add a urinal to our restroom and make it ADA compliant, as well as a multi-use restroom. So we went ahead and made the necessary upgrades, and it's ready to go.
Okay. I have a question, and I don't know if you're gonna do something on the new construction. I can't see it. And this is, when I went down, you had the trash bin on the side, but also you have a tank for the oil. I tell you something, this is bad because you got the oil on the ground and it will go to the street. That's not good. Even so, it's a cooking oil. You're not supposed to, I don't believe you're supposed to have that. Carmen, can you tell me how can we remedy that problem in there? Can we cover the trash, or can we, because right now it's coming into the sidewalk, which is a light pole, and it looks like it's a fire hydrant on the side. And then in the middle, they get it out to the street. But if they can get it to the alley, it will be probably much easier. And also the grease needs, to me, this needs to be enclosed.
So, Mr. Rivera, if I may, you're talking about the trash enclosure on the side of the property, right, off Emo?
Yes.
Okay, and you're talking about the gate, how the gates open?
Right next to the tank, to the trash, you have a tank which is oil, and the oil is leaking on the floor. So we need to correct that. I mean, it's a heating oil, which is okay. I mean, it will be okay, I guess, if it goes to the system, but it's not. I don't think it's right. We need to have it some kind of, if we could, we're gonna do all this, might well see if we can cover that stuff and the trash and the oil, so they can have a better operation. Right now, you can see it from the street.
So I think this is something that we can contact Natalie and try to find a way to alternative location for that oil barrel. Natalie, this is cooking oil, right, that you dispose. And so staff can probably contact Natalie, work with the applicant on getting this issue resolved.
I will assume there's oil, but that's why it got my attention. I just assuming there's cooking oil. I don't know what it is, but I would like to put another addition in there that needs to be covered. Or if they put the tank inside, like most people do, that's more money probably, but however they can do it, but it needs to be covered, the trash and the oil.
Here, Rivera, if I may, that container is something that's required by the health department, and the refuse company is also aware of it, but we will inspect it. In fact, we can send our code enforcement officer and our building inspector out there to take a look at it and talk to Chef Natalie about it. She might not be aware that it's leaking, but we can definitely check that out. And ultimately, the health department will have to sign off on the improvements. So that'll be one item that they will be inspecting as well.
Yeah, that's why I want to make sure that we somehow we put it in. I don't know how if we can put it, but it needs to get done if we're gonna be fix the kitchen and all that inside. I hate to put more costs, but if it's gonna be working on the kitchen and doing more stuff, then we need to see if
Perdonen
we
que
can
por
correct it.
alguna razón se me cerró la pantalla, así que perdí algunas
Chairperson, I
cosas.
believe the applicant would
Señor
like to speak.
presidente, creo que la
Natalie,
solicitante
did you want to speak?
quisiera hablar. Natalie, ¿quería hablar?
Yes, hi, Mr.
Sí,
Rivera.
hola, señor
So,
Rivera.
I'm sorry, the Spanish speaker, Spanish
Ah.
translation is overlapping. Samantha, could you fix that? Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, guys. Yes, Mr. Rivera, in regards to the receptacle that is outside near our trash can. So like Mr. Gus mentioned, it is necessary by the health department. And it's actually just a receptacle where we We put our oil inside of it and it gets picked up every week by EnviroClean, which is a company that recycles the oil. If there is anything on the floor, we'll be more than happy to clean it. Sometimes there's a little bit of like splash or overspill. We did just get the bin. We just got it switched out. So we got a new one because the other one was pretty old from the old business. But we'll be more than happy to clean the outside area if that's the issue. But they definitely pick it up every week or 2 weeks once it starts getting filled, and they recycle the oil. So it stays inside of the receptacle.
Okay. Can we put a condition that we need to enclose it, or how we need to do this, Carmen?
Mr. Rivera, I have a question for Natalie. Natalie, in terms of requirements of where that barrel or receptacle is stored or placed, does the Industrial Waste Health Department requires you to have that receptacle on the exterior of the building?
Yes, Carmen, I believe so, because it's a fire hazard. And it's not very like up to standards with the health department because it does get pretty messy since it is like used oil. So all they require is to make sure that the bin doesn't overflow and it stays clean on the outside, which is why we ordered them to replace it and give us a new one. And we try to stay on top of them to make sure that they pick it up before it even gets full. But we'll make sure if that the outside of it and the floor and everything stays clean so it doesn't go into the waste.
Well, see, here's the deal. If the bin gets open, the trash gets open, the water, if rain, it contaminates to the street. So that's why I asked if it can be covered. If it be covered, they can have it however they want it, but they need to have there will not be that much problem with the rain going into the trash or the oil.
Rivera, I believe the container itself has a cover. It's not open to the elements.
I know, but if they leave it open, like the same as the trash has a cover, but if they leave it open, then it gets contamination and it's gonna go to the street.
Yes, it could overflow.
And the view is, I mean, you can see it from the street, you know, at this time. So I stayed right there in front of it. That's why I noticed. I'll be more realistic. Also, the trash, it can be, if they leave it open, somebody open it, a homeless go over there and leave it open, then it rains, then it goes to the street. That's why we require most of them to be covered when we allow. And since now we're gonna do some more work in there, I mean, I hate to put more expenses, but I think this is something sanitary should be done, and the view is not good from the street. If they want to have a nice place, you know, they better think about how they're going to fix that.
Chair Rivera, if I may, just to clarify, when you say you believe it'll add more expenses, what are you referring to besides making sure that the container main is kept closed? Are you referring to constructing an enclosure?
Well, it will be most of the places where when we allow this, we enclose the trash, so you know, so people don't come in and looking into the trash, because this is a restaurant, so they throw food away, right? And they have this oil now in the street. That's even another item they can, and it's a small tank. I'm familiar with the recycle, which is not a big deal because it's oil you can eat, but it will be a hazard for people who walk through there, through the sidewalk. And that's what I'm looking for, the people who walk through there and have to see that. Maybe it's maybe we do we usually do a cover. However they do it with metal. I don't know how it would be I don't want to run the business of construction, but I just think that we need to cover from the top and the sides, so they don't.
Chair, if I may ask our staff member to pull up the existing site condition so we can all look to see where that area is at. And also I'd like to ask Adrian, is there an existing enclosure for the trash bin? or is it out in the open?
Sure, guys, let me get that up. Give me one moment.
Adrian, you may want to pull the site plan layout. Bring that exhibit up again, so we can see the location of the trash enclosure. As well as the picture, Adrian,
Okay.
the photo that you have of the site.
Okay, so this photo. Here we go.
Page 26. Yeah, you have it in there, right there.
Where Adrian is pointing, Adrian, go back to the trash enclosure.
Here?
Yeah.
So it does say that there is an existing 6-foot high wrought iron fence surrounding this area here.
So there is no trash enclosure, but a fence that.
See, the thing is, they have a gate here to get out through this pedestrian right away. They have a pole here, electrical pole, and they have a, I believe it's a fire hazard on this side. So they go through the middle. I think it will be wise to go to this alley, which is no traffic, and you get out of here, and you need to enclose, because right here is where you got the oil. And I don't have a problem having the oil, but it needs to be enclosed. So this will not be, number one, it will not be open for anybody to open at night when they're not there. And she says it's a fire, the oil is a fire problem. This wall is brick anyway, so there's no problem here, but it needs to be covered from here and from the street. It will eliminate the view from the street, plus it will be safe from the environment.
So, Mr. Chairperson, if there is a fence that is already securing that entire area there, it would be kind of difficult to do the fence and the trash enclosure. And I believe the reason for the fence is to prevent homeless and loitering, as well as littering into that space.
It's already a
between the
fence here.
sidewalk.
It's already a
Okay.
fence here. So if they want to cover with steel here and then cover it to put a fence here, so when nobody will get into there, and then make the gate to go to the alley and cover it on the top, it will be probably will be sufficient, for everything they need to do. But I'm not gonna tell you how to do. I think you have to make sure how can we get the cover and make sure that this oil will not go to the street, or from the trash bin, if they leave it open, will not go to the street, because this will have food waste in there. And that's what we had when we did it with the wheelchair. If I mentioned the construction, that was one of the concerns. Homeless will go over there and try to get food, leave it open, and then we got this contamination to the street or to the alley.
Chair, I would suggest that staff draft up a condition identifying the screening and the maintenance that you're referring to. And I believe that could be put together just in a few minutes. And at the point that you're ready to make a motion, we could add that condition to the resolution before the action is taken. Is that what you'd like?
Yeah, and I think I'm trying to eliminate, because this trash right now, they go this way to the pedestrian, and this way probably will be the safer. I don't know, but it looks to me, but I'm not gonna. I mean, they need to do it however they need to do it, however it's safe. But at this time, they go this way, and it doesn't look like it's the safer way, because you got this way to the alley, and the alley is not that much traffic.
Hi, Mr. Chairperson. If I may add a comment, we have so when we throw away our trash or the oil, we go out through the back door, which is located in the alley that you're speaking about. So we don't go through the pedestrians. We actually go through the back door. And then we have a lock on our fence as well as our trash can. So each individual tenant has their own trash and they have their own trash can keys as well. So we go through the alley to dispose of any oil and any trash, and we lock up the receptacle for the trash as well as the gate so nobody could get in, because we used to have issues of people dumping their trash in there, like mattresses and stuff. So the landlord made sure that he secured it so no homeless or anybody could get into the trash area unless they have a key.
Yeah, that's why we require to do enclose, so we can have the weather condition retention. And that way, if it's any spill, it will stay inside in there, will not take it in the rain. And that way, people will not jump the fence, because that fence is very low. Like anybody can jump over, especially if it's food. Locks, they break it in so they can get the food. Homeless people will do whatever they need to do. When they enclose, very much they stay out for some reason. I've been checking the one we require over there in at the donut shop in Eastern, and that's been staying really good. I don't see people even trying to go inside at night. So, and it looks much cleaner this way for the area, for the restaurant. And you have this garden here, which also is fence. But if you go to the gate, I'm not gonna tell you how you can do it. That's part of the city. But I'm just saying that we need to cover it and close the view from the street.
So
Should be
as Gus,
closed.
Chairperson, as Gus suggested, I have something preliminary that maybe Lloyd can assist with the language. If I may read it as an added condition.
Which was that?
So if I may read what Gus suggested, that we come up with a language for a draft condition of approval to be added to address this issue. And maybe Lloyd can assist with the language just to make sure that it's done correctly. So if I may read that condition, the draft condition. What about the applicant shall work closely with the staff to address the proper screening of the area containing the existing trash bin and oil receptacle located on the west side of the existing building facing Yvonne Street. Lloyd, do you have any suggestions or Gus?
Always. How about, I mean, I like what you're saying, that the applicant and staff are going to work together on this because you're not sure what the final result is going to be. So how about, but the only problem I have with working with is that it doesn't mean that there will come to any conclusion. So how about if we use all of your language, except at the very beginning, instead of saying the applicant will work with, say the applicant shall screen, et cetera, the applicant shall screen, you'll describe what it is, to the satisfaction of, and you can tell me if you want it to be planning staff or building and safety. I'm not sure who should be the community development director. That would be a good one, to the satisfaction of the community development director. And that way, if it turns out that staff decide that nothing is needed, then that will be fine, because it's going to be to the satisfaction of the community development director.
You know, I agree with that, and I'll leave it up to the commission to decide if that's satisfactory. but I will ensure that there is proper screening. And I'd also like to add to that condition that the trash enclosure or the trash bin and the oil receptacle shall be maintained clean at all times. And of course, we know that the health department is also going to make sure of that, but it would be good to have that in the condition.
Yeah, so everybody know the oil, the health department, since it's a cooking oil, it's not that much of they go after. The trash they will, but they can lock it and they say we're locking it, but if they break the lock and they open it, we only need sun contamination to go out, and I wanna stop the homeless to come to our places trying to dig into the trash. That's why we say that we wanna enclose from the top, weather resistant, so the water will not go there, and stop people to come and try to break into so they can take the whatever waste is in there. So if we can, if you put enclosed, I don't know how we did it, but we did it before for other projects like Winchester and Easter. We can do something like that. It would be okay, but I mean it's different because this has got different place how to do it, and I don't, that's why I'm leaving up to you how you guys gonna do it legally, but it needs to get done. It's so simple. I see it's so simple that to comply, and it's so delicate for us, for the future of the residents, the people who live there. They don't need all these homeless to come in trying to get in the food or trying to throw couches, like she said, or trash, so they can take it from there. If it's enclosed, you don't have to worry about it.
So if I may read the condition as suggested by Lloyd and Gus. And then let me bring up something. Natalie or Colaruense is only a tenant to the shopping center. So I'm assuming, Natalie, that this is something that you also need to, you're gonna have to work out with the property owner because it will be the property owner's responsibility in a sense to get this enclosure built, correct? Or at least approved for you to build it.
Yes, I will be talking to the landlord to get it, whatever is needed done. I did want to add, we do have neighbors that are restaurants. That's a restaurant establishment as well, and their receptacle is approved outside as ours, and they don't have any enclosure. So I just wanted to make that comment. I know I mentioned that there was dumping before and everything, but since we locked everything up, we haven't had any issues, thankfully. But whatever is needed, I will definitely talk with the landlord and make sure that it gets done.
Thank you, Natalie. And so let me read it, Lloyd, and feel free to jump in. The applicant shall screen the area containing the existing trash bin and oil receptacle located on the west side of the existing building, facing Emon Street, to the satisfaction of the Community Development Director and the County Department of Public Health. Okay?
That's okay, Mr. Lloyd?
Thank you.
For the record, that sounds great to me. If it sounds good to Gus, it's good with me.
I'll leave that up to the commission. It sounds good to me.
Okay, thank you. We go, any more questions, commissions?
Chairperson, if I may, it looks like we have a caller in the chat line that would like to speak, but you would need to reopen the public hearing to let the caller in.
Commission says it's okay with you to reopen? Okay, nobody opposed? Okay, I will open the public hearing again. Go ahead, Secretary.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and let the caller back in. Sir, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, would you like to make a comment?
Yes, I am in business, in restaurant business also, and the oil problem they have over there, we do have a problem also when our employee goes out to dump the trash. Sometimes he slipped twice. And I believe the health department require that oil tank to be underground. Yeah,
Okay,
hello.
yes, was that your only comment?
Well, the other comment also, how would they how does the owner guarantee that his customer is not gonna walk out the door with beer in his hand? How does he guarantee that? I mean, when you're dealing with people who drink alcohol and beer, I deal with them all my life. They're not gonna listen to you. They're not gonna listen to the owner.
And for the record, can you just state your name one more time, sir?
Will Diab.
Do you have any other comments for the commissioners?
No, thank you.
Nobody else wants to speak? Secretary?
I do not see anybody else in the chat line.
If there is no objection by the planning commission, I will close the public hearing. We close and we go back. Any more questions? Or I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Rivera, you're muted.
Yeah, you muted, Mr. Rivera.
Yes, I will entertain a motion if we don't have any more questions.
Motion to approve and adopt planning resolution PC 2022-03 for conditional use permit number 2021-056 with the added condition specified by Chairperson Rivera.
Is it 56 or 52?
56.
Adrian, is that correct?
No, that's not correct. It should be corrected to 52.
Okay, there might be a discrepancy maybe in the staff report, but just to note for the record, the correct conditional use permit number is 2021-052. Chair, did you receive a second?
I'm trying to check him out, the number, the permit number, it says 56. So staff, can you clarify the number?
On the item numbers, it's 56, but on the actual staff report is 52.
So which one is it?
It is 52. It's conditional use permit 2021-052.
And Chairperson Rivera, members of the Planning Commission, if you look at the resolution 2022-03 on page 14, it's also 52. We apologize for the mistake. It's a typo on the front page of the staff report.
Thank you for the correction. After the correction, do you have a second?
Second.
Okay, will you give me a roll call, please, Secretary?
Sure. Commissioner De La Rosa,
Yes.
Commissioner Flores,
Yes.
Commissioner Leon,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Villalobos,
Yes.
and Chairperson Rivera.
Yes,
Motion passes 5-0.
thank you, and go have a, open the restaurant with beer.
Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. We're very excited to start this next chapter in our business. Thank you.
And Lloyd, just to note for the record, the motion was with the added condition, correct?
Yes, with the added condition, I suppose.
Okay, just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
I heard that it was with the added condition.
Okay, we have, Secretary, anybody who wish to speak on that agenda, looks like? If there is no any objection on the planning commission, I will close that agenda. I didn't open it. I need to open it and then close it. To open it, and then if there's no objections, planning commission, I will close the public comment.
Chairperson, if I may, I believe we have items under the consent calendar.
Yeah, I got confused a little bit, I guess. I apologize. Yeah, the second item is the one that we need to be, approval of the minutes, commissions. Any motions or any changes for the approval of the minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes of December 6, 2021 Special Planning Commission meeting.
Second.
Second? Any opposed? Nobody opposed? It passed. Thank you. Public comment on another agenda. Now it will be open. Now it's for real, it will be open.
Chairperson, we do not have any comments.
If there's no objection by the planning commission, I will close this comment, the public comments. No objection, close. Any staff comments? New associates planner?
Yes. Thank you, Chairperson Rivera, members of the Planning Commission. At this time, I would like to introduce to the Planning Commission our newest member of the Bell Gardens family and Community Development Department, Associate Planner Mona Mosayeb. So Mona started working with City of Bell Gardens last Monday, February 7th. And she has a bachelor's as well as a master's degree in urban planning. With over 20 years of experience in various disciplines, including local planning, construction, e-commerce, and media production. Mona is also a communication specialist who writes and edits for websites, newspaper, and social media platform. I'm excited to have Mona on board and as part of our team, and I look forward introducing her to all the exciting projects that are coming our way in the Community Development Department. So welcome, Mona. She will be available to assist the commissioners with any questions, any issues that you will want to bring to staff. I'm sure that in the very near future, Mona will be making presentations on items coming in front of the Planning Commission. So welcome, Mona, and we're happy to see you here. Thank you for coming to the City of Bell Gardens, and I hope to stay as long as I have.
Thank you so much, Carmen. I appreciate that introduction, and I look forward to working with all of you and the constituents of Bell Gardens. I'm very excited by this and humbled as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carmen. We promise we're just gonna give you a little hard time, not much. Just a little.
Chair, the other
Welcome
item
back
I'd
to
like
the
to add,
team.
yes. Well, Chair, the other staff comment, of course, you're already aware of this as well as the rest of the commission. You know, we have one planner coming and one planner going. So this is our farewell meeting to Carmen Morales, who's been with the city for almost 30 years, right, Carmen?
Wow.
Yes. And has been a city planner for about 45 years. Started with a few other cities before she came on to Bell Gardens. I'll tell you, we are going to miss Carmen so much. She's been a wonderful city planner as well as a friend, not just to staff, but to the community. You know, it gives me great pride whenever I see people coming over to Carmen, saying hello, you know, giving her a hug. Not so much in COVID times, but before. But I can see the connection that she has with the community, you know, the connection that she's developed, all of the relationships that she has with the residents, with the businesses. It's incredible. Carmen has been such a blessing to the city of Bell Gardens, and she will truly be missed. We're going to be having a farewell for her soon. All the commissioners will be invited. This will be at City Hall. So we'll be able to cut cake and serve it to you. It'll all be wrapped in plastic, so don't worry. I'm kidding. But overall, again, Carmen, thank you so much for everything. And I'll go ahead and give it over to the chair and the commission for any comments.
It's gonna be mariachi or banda that day. We gotta make it good, otherwise we're gonna be in trouble. 30 years is easy to say and then do it. But anyway, I just want to mention something that I think is important. When I moved to Bell Gardens, I was going crazy trying to do a little work in my house. I came here to the city and I met Carmen, and she said, I'll be over there and give you a little, what can you do? The things I was going crazy ideas. And she showed up over there to my home, and she gave me things that you can do in the place, not advice, but things that can be done. Since that day, I noticed that she was a community lady, a community that you can get anywhere. It was special. And I'm not going to tell you how many years it went by, but it's over 30. And it was really, really good experience. I have a lot of experience with people, thousands of people that I hired when I was on the private business. It's hard to get somebody like Carmen. She's dedicated, she is friendly, and she tell you what it is. She don't go around the bush. I wish I could tell you the rest of it, the way the conversation went down, but it's so good. I'll be all day here trying to explain her character the way I see it. Very good, and we're gonna miss you, Carmen. But I know that it's good for you, and hopefully we'll be in touch for years to come. As a good friends, as a good people from Bell Gardens, we love you, and we're gonna miss you. Thank you very much for your service. Commissions? Any comments?
Yeah, just to add on, Carmen, thank you so much. Like Chairperson Rivera was saying, I remember the first time that I ever went to one of the pre-meetings, and Carmen was so welcoming. Always since the beginning, always made me feel so welcome, and I'm sure it's to everyone else as well. So Carmen, thank you for your service. Thank you for your dedication. We love you. We appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to the gathering to say final goodbyes.
Not goodbye. We're still going to have it.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I just want to say that, Carmen, it's been a pleasure working alongside you for 1/30th of your career here at Bell Gardens. Yeah, I just want to, express my gratefulness for and always answering my questions at the pre-meetings, transitioning into the planning commissioner role. It means a lot. And, thank you so much for everything and your commitment to the city of Bell Gardens and all your constituents.
More comments?
Carmen, thank you for your service and wish you nothing but the best. It was an honor to have served by your side, and hopefully we keep seeing.
Thank you, Carmen. Just quickly, just want to say thank you for your dedication to the community of Bell Gardens, the betterment of the community and the development that you brought along to the city. So farewell. Hopefully it's not a farewell, but enjoy your retirement. And again, thank you so much.
All right.
Sure, President, if I may, thank you. Thank you so much, commissioners, for your comments. Thank you, Gus, for your comments. This is kind of like it's a bittersweet moment for me. I worked in the city of Bell Gardens for 29 years, and I remember at the beginning of my career, I always thought as a goal to myself as a professional to work for a community that was primarily Hispanic. And when the opportunity presented itself and I came from the city of Cerritos, I had the chance to be promoted from the city of Cerritos to the city of Bell as their city planner. I took the opportunity to move to this side of town, and I truly enjoy working with a Hispanic community and helping them achieve their dreams, their goals. And 3.5 years later, when the position opened here in the city of Bell Gardens, and I had the opportunity to come to Bell Gardens, I went ahead and took that opportunity as well, not knowing that I was going to stay in Bell Gardens for 29 years. And I tell you, they say when you're having fun, time flies when you're having fun. And I guess that's been the case for me because it's been 29 years, but it seemed like it was yesterday that, that I first arrived here to City Hall. And at that time, City Hall was under construction. It was a little chaotic, but I had really good team of employees that I work with, co-workers that I work with, good leadership from council, from the city manager and my director. And that's always been the case. I've been blessed with 29 wonderful years, great experience, great co-workers, a great family. That's the way I see Bell Gardens. It's my second home. And when I come here, I feel that I'm learning something new every day. And I always say, in Bell Gardens, it never gets boring. There's always a new experience, something new to learn. And that's what I love about this city. And that's what I love about serving this community. I think, like Gus mentioned, 29 years has allowed me an opportunity to work with many staff members, many commissioners, and many city attorneys, Lloyd. I can't even count them anymore. But it also has allowed me to work on projects that have made a positive change to this community. And I see those changes as I drive around town, and I'm happy to see that I've made a difference to Bell Gardens and to its residents. So it's been my pleasure working alongside with all of you. And it's been my pleasure serving this community and its residents. You will forever be in my heart, and I won't be too far from Bell Gardens. I think if I mentioned to Mr. Rivera before the meeting started tonight that I think if I take Telegraph coming west or the 5, my car will drive down to City Hall and will park it south because that's what I do every week for 29 years. So I look forward coming back to Bell Gardens and keeping track of all these new planners that are taking over. And I'm sure that they'll be calling me and I'll be calling them just to see where all the projects are at. And like I mentioned to Gus, I'm always available, phone call away, for anything that staff may need for me to do on my end, just to help with the transition and to make sure that the projects get done, projects that we all have started. And like I said, I want to thank all of you commissioners for your dedication, for being here every month, for taking care of helping us make decisions, being able to carry projects through, getting them approved, getting them built, and definitely for making a difference for the residents of Bell Gardens. Thank you to Gus, he's a great leader, and I've been blessed, Gus, to have you as my last director, and the same thing with Mike. You guys are awesome. And to my staff, Adrian, Erica, Hylas and I worked together for 15 years. And so Hylas, thank you. And now Mona, and so many planners that have come through the Community Development Department that I've had the opportunity to work alongside and do great projects together. So thank you. It's been a privilege. It's been a remarkable experience for me. And I thank you and I thank God for this opportunity.
Carmen, thank you very much. We'll be seeing you. We're not gonna let you go that easy, but slowly. Slowly. Commissions, no more comments? I have a
And
motion to adjourn.
welcome Mona as our new city planner. Welcome to the team.
Okay. Mona, yeah, welcome to the team. Anybody? Need a motion to adjourn? And a second.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I second.
Adjourn. Finished.